Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a Christmas card. For this card I am using the snow globe scenes from Fawn as well as some gorgeous new pattern papers that were released this September. So first of all I am going to start with cutting out the Foursquares Backdrop portrait, and I did this out of Neenah, but any cardstock would do. And now I am going to stamp out my images inside of these squares. So because I am going to color with my Copic markers, I decided to use Neenah. If you prefer doing some watercoloring or water-based coloring, then you can also take some Bristol, whatever you like. And I'm going to mask off the edges before I'm stamping out these scenes because they are a bit wider than the squares without the stitching. So I'm just doing these two sides and then I can stamp everything out. I'm only going to show a bit of it, but I'm stamping it out using Gina Design Amalgam ink. And I'm doing this for these 4 scenes. And then I will start coloring. Also during the coloring I will try to keep that border white as I normally do with my panels, but because I wanted to work with some pattern papers I thought that it could be a really lovely detail to have these borders white. So for the Copic coloring I am putting the caps on the side, and I'm also using quite the same colors all over these 4 different scenes, just to keep it simple but also to keep it matching with each other. That was the idea of using the same browns, the same reds. So yeah, I'm just coloring my way. I'm starting with the darkest color, going in with the lightest, and if necessary I just go back and forth. I'm most of the time using 2 colors. These images are quite small, so 2 colors were enough in my opinion. And then I'm also going to color in the sky using my Copic markers. Now that all my scenes are ready, I can start with the assembling of my card. So first of all, I am going to add this Foursquares backdrop onto a card base. And then I will add some pen paper. So here I'm matching my backgrounds of the scenes with the pen paper, and I decided that this pink one really fitted nicely with the darkest and the lightest blue of the sky. So I'm scoring my card base, and now I'm first going to adhere my white panel. Then I'm going to inlay my 4 scenes, and I'm going to top this off with my pen paper. And this way there is a little bit of dimension, not a lot, but I don't want a lot of dimension on this card. And now I can add this panel, therefore I'm using some liquid glue. And then it's time to start on my sentiment for this card, which is going to be Merry Christmas. But I'm going to die cut the letters for Merry, and then afterwards I will be heat embossing the Christmas. Something I really love about this pattern paper pack is that there are some gold details on some of the pattern papers, really lovely. So I definitely wanted to use that for the letters. But before I did that, I wanted to finish everything using some Nuvo glitter drops, some Nuvo crystal drops. So I'm using the White Blizzard and the Simply White. And there will be White Blizzard all over the snowy items, except for the snowman. And then I will add some glitter to the candy canes. And I think I'm also adding it to the car. And then I will also take some glossy accents. So today it's all about the details. So now I'm going to let it dry for a bit, and I'm going to die cut my Mary using the Hello Bluebird Charlie's Alpha dies. I don't have any other leather dies. I really need to invest in some to have some multiple options of this size, but for now it works out fine. So I'm just lifting these leathers a bit by adding some Neenah underneath as well, just gluing them all together. And then I decided that I wanted this Mary to be a bit wonky on the card to really feel the bottom. So I just went for it, I laid it out. I actually just went really quickly to be done with it and then straighten this sentiment out. But then I saw it this way and I really liked it. So I'm taking my purple tape and I'm making sure that everything stays in this position. Then I'm taking some liquid glue and I'm going to adhere it, press it down, and then just leave it for a while before removing my purple tape. So I'm putting some heavy acrylic blocks on top of it, and then I'm going to continue with my little Christmas. So in this Card Critter Christmas add-on there is Christmas as one of the sentiment pieces, which is always really handy that you just have that one word, or for example Merry, and then you can combine leather dies as well as some sentiments stamps, and I really love this. So I'm going to heat emboss it with some white embossing powder onto black, and this cardstock is the black licorice from Fawn. I'm just adding my Nuvo Glacier white embossing powder on top of it, and then I'm going to heat set this sentiment, make a strip of it, and then I can add it to my card base as well. So now that I have my strip, I'm going to add this on my panel, and I decided to add it on the right top of the Mary. I'm using some thin foam squares. These are black ones from Scrapbook Adhesives, and I just think it's lovely when you're using some black cardstock to use these black foam squares, and then you don't see it from the side that there is white underneath. And that finishes off my card. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and the card making process. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time again. Bye!